Guys, Dan Hendriksen here. We're at Torquay Golf Club today and we're on the short game here, and we've got a real golf experience situation for you. We've just been at Wallasey Golf Club and Paul's had a shot out on the golf course on the second hole, which was a bit of a tricky one. So I've brought Lester out with me today and we're going to talk through that scenario, that situation that Paul had that was faced with, and we're going to see how he played it and maybe give you a few ideas on what we thought about that as well. Don't forget, if you like what you're seeing from these videos, hit that subscribe button. But for now, let's go and show you that shot that Paul had on the second hole at Wallasey.
So Paul's got a tricky shot here. The pin is stands in the bunker and the pin's cut sort of 5 paces over the top of that bunker. It's not a shot I would fancy.
Got nothing.
There's literally, I mean, if I was playing a tournament, I might even go out right to try and give myself a putt. But as we are, there's 4 of us playing, 4 ball better, but we might go at it.
I don't think I can after this.
The lie's not good either, is it?
It's like sat in an old divot or something. That's just. Well, I get you saying I have to.
No.
You're going to make a 5 at the worst, aren't you?
Me? Pretty good, Paul.
Just nothing really.
Couldn't really do nothing with that lie. Tough.
So what we've done is we've picked a shot here to try and emulate what Paul had or what he was sort of faced with when we were out at Wallasey. Now, this particular shot, we've got kind of a green that is shaped round from kind of right to left. We've got a bunker that's sat between us and the hole, which is where Paul had that problem. Now, the slight difference in that shot that Paul had is he's coming from down to up. So he had to go from where he was sat was quite a lower down to where the green was. He had quite a large lip of the bunker to deal with, and then he had a downslope over the back of the bunker. Now for our shot here, it's actually quite a flattish kind of area right by where that green is. So I'd probably have more of a chance to stop it here than what probably Paul had to work with on that particular shot. However, it is on a slight downslope off the back of that bunker. So this is a really, really difficult shot. Now, if you remember from that video, Lester said that he had the option, and we'll talk about this in a minute and we'll get Lester involved in that, but he had the option to bail out to the right-hand side of the bunker to give yourself almost like a guaranteed 5, because let's just talk about the situation that we've got here. So Paul had a poor lie. Therefore, his execution of the shot was going to be a little bit, maybe a little bit harder to actually get the spin and the control that he wanted from the shot. Now, Paul's a professional golfer and he's got a lot of skill set, should we say, to be able to get up and down from here, but also if he went beyond the green, he had the skill set to get up and down from there as well. So you could see from the shot that he was playing, he went beyond the bunker. So he made sure that from what he was doing here, he was taking that bunker out of play completely, which I think is the right thing to do. Look at that scenario as well, that Al was in that hole for him, so his partner was there or thereabouts. So Paul was probably looking to hold the shot, but make sure that he eliminated the bunker completely. So one thing you've got to be careful of when you're playing such a short shot over a bunker, if you don't quite execute the shot properly, there is a strong possibility that when you come in, because there's not a lot of movement or momentum on the ball, it will plug pretty easily. Then the problem Paul's got is that to try and get up and down from a plug shot is really, really hard. He's short-sighted, he's off an upslope, he's coming out of a plug lie. To control that shot is really, really hard. So he's staring double bogey in the face. So making sure that you get over that bunker for Paul was absolutely crucial for this particular shot. So what Paul's tried to do there is he's opened the face up of the club. He's given it a proper big swing on the shot just to try and get as much speed into it so he makes sure he gets over the bunker, and then he's trying to stop it by the pin or even trying to hold the shot. Which, if you see that shot, that's pretty much what happened with Paul's shot. I couldn't have executed that any better, to be honest. I've got it over the bunker, so that's point number one, but it's hit the downslope and it's run through the green. So as we can see now, I've come through the green, and this is pretty much where Paul ended up when he played his shot. Now, slightly different from the links turf that we had when we were playing at Wallasey is he could putt this shot. So he would two putt, get himself down in two and make his five and walk away. Now we're left with a pretty delicate, pretty tough chip shot to get up and down just to make bogey. And this is something that I want you to be aware of. When you're trying to play these types of shots, it's really, really important that you assess your skill level. How good are you with bunker shots? Because you could end up in the bunker. But how good are you when you then have to chip back towards the pin? And eliminating double bogeys, I think, for the average golfer is really, really key. For me, when I'm playing these shots, I'm definitely trying to eliminate that double bogey, because it's a lot harder for me to pick up two shots that I've dropped than that one shot. Remember, the bad shot was the shot that he's hit into the green, where he's missed the green and short-sided him on the right side. Just make sure you don't make a bad decision after that bad shot. Now, Bernie, you were obviously behind the camera, so you could see it sort of firsthand. He didn't have a great lie, did he? And no. You said that you would have, maybe in a medal situation, you might have gone out to the right-hand side of the bunker.
Yeah, I mean, firstly, I would, like what you've said earlier, assess the lie. Paul's lie was sitting down, so for me to actually be able to put a decent strike, making contact with the ball before turf would be difficult. I haven't got the same skill level or same skill set as what Paul's got. And we were playing a 4-ball bettable Stableford, so Al was in a good position. He was going to make par anyway, so Paul's probably thinking, I could hold this or give himself a good chance of getting up and down.
Yeah.
I would approach it completely differently.
So show us what you were kind of thinking and what you were sort of saying to Paul then,
okay,
as an option, or what you were saying to the camera.
So my chipping's not my strongest part of the game. And my long putting's better than my chipping. So if I was playing a medal round or an individual competition and I was faced with a shot like this, you can see there's a slope which slopes from right to left, and it's actually going to feed off the slope down towards the hole.
Yeah.
So I'd be taking the bunker completely out of play. I'd be trying to play it into the middle of the green and let this natural slope almost run the ball down to the hole, and a good shot would leave me 20 foot, 25 foot with a chance of a par.
So what you're saying there is that you're accepting, and this is so important, you're accepting the fact that you've missed the green in the wrong spot.
Correct.
So let's make a bogey and walk away.
There's going to be,
really, you can make some big numbers from
correct.
here.
If I hit it in that, I mean, my bunker plays reasonably good, but in that bunker, at best you're making bogey. You might even make a 6 or 7 if you go a little bit too cute with a bunker shot.
Yeah.
If I miss the green long, which is what the play would be, I probably won't get up and down generally.
Okay.
So I'll be making 6, whereas if I hit it into the middle of the green, I've got an outside chance of a par, but at worst I should make 5 and a bogey, get onto the next hole, forget it, and try and score on it.
And try and pick it up somewhere else.
Yeah.
Love it. Right, you play your shot now,
so
out to that right-hand side, and show us the sort of avenue you'd have taken.
So obviously, again, got to be careful because it's a down slope which will run through the green again.
So you're just trying to get it onto the green and give yourself a putt, aren't you?
Yeah.
Good.
It's not come round enough really, but I mean that would give myself a chance of a putt. You could be slightly braver.
Yeah.
Depending on my score, I might even take it onto the edge of the bunker.
Yeah. Not going to give
so
you.
into
I don't
the
think
rough.
it's going to get you any much closer than that.
So into the rough there.
Might kick it right a bit, but that's not bad. So we wandered up down here. Les has just taken the other flag out, so it gives us a line towards the other pin. Take some mind's eye away from that, but. This is shot number one, and then shot number 2 is just 8 foot closer.
Yeah.
So, and then this leaves you with 2 pretty straightforward putts, doesn't it? Down the hill, maybe a little bit of break off the left, but you know, you'd be pretty confident that you're going to two-putt both of those, aren't you?
Yeah, a bogey, from that position for me, a bogey's not a bad score. So I think it's managing your expectations and playing to your strength.
Yeah.
There's no way I've got the ability, I don't think, to land it on a downslope and stop it on the green.
Yeah.
Obviously, if the green was sloped a different way, then it would be a different shot. But this is how I'd play that particular shot Paul was faced with.
Do you think a lot of people watching this video might turn around and go, "What? Sorry, boys, you're being too negative"? I think you're going to get that.
I think you need to manage it, Dan. If I'm playing a 36-hole event, I make a bogey his second shot wasn't a good shot. It was completely out of position.
Yeah.
If I make a bogey from there, then 36 holes is not disastrous. If I make a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 even, I'm out of the tournament. You've got to play to your ability. There will be people of 28 handicap and higher that will be trying to land that on that downslope, thinking they can stop it. You've got no chance.
Yeah, I completely agree. You've got to assess the situation that's in front of you and then work it from there.
Correct.
So I hope you enjoyed the real golf shot that we just played for you there. Obviously there's so many different options when it comes to playing these shots that you see us play out on course vlogs. There's so many options that we could take on. There's so many different ways of playing different types of shots. And I think from these videos that we're kind of trying to share with you is that we're trying to give you the insight into what we were thinking or what was happening in that scenario, so that hopefully when you come to play those types of shots, you might have a bit more of an idea of what to do or how we do it. This isn't a right way or a wrong way. There's lots of different ways of doing it, but it just gives you a bit of an insight into what you could do when you're out on the golf course. Like Lester said, assess the situation. Assess your skill set as well. You know, if you're a good player, if you're someone who has a great short game and doesn't really concern themselves with bunker shots or going beyond the green, then go for the shot. But if you're a player that really sort of gets a bit anxious over certain shots, then maybe play out sideways, get yourself back into position, and then work your way in and make your bogey and walk away. Remember, never make a bad decision after a bad shot. Don't forget, if you are new to the channel and you like what you're seeing from these videos, hit that subscribe button. We've got so many more videos coming your way. But for now, we'll see you all again on the next video.